Update of as this thing is unfolding. I went over her house. Monica, our Cummings or whatever her name is. I seen two ladies snorting cocaine or meth over there, and they kind of looked out of place. I got in contact with her caseworker Friday before Memorial Day. I also got the owner of this building that kicked Monica out for selling drugs to call the caseworker too, because I hadn't heard from her. It's Wednesday. It seems awful strange. Joe Baker is her caseworker. For that lady not to call me with such serious accusations about Monica getting $900 a month from me for a year, selling me crack cocaine and meth, for her not to call and ask what's going on with this whole thing. Now, when she got kicked out of the Crest Apartments, she was placed in another place where she is now. So one day I went over there, and it was a lady there. She was snorting something, but not when I came in the door after I stayed there a while, and she realized I was a customer, and she realized her identity wouldn't be told by Monica. I think I put two and two together, because this lady has not called me. I left 4 messages to her caseworker, and wanting to meet her face to face to tell her and show her proof of numbers that are hacked into my system, and tell her about Monica. Now, it seems awful strange. My landlord hadn't called me back to tell me that he talked to her. She probably hadn't called him back neither, which makes me think that was one of the two ladies that I seen from Home Inc., Joe Baker. And if that's so, Monica has her on the books, and she's doing drugs too, because any person that wasn't involved in this, especially a caseworker, would want to not be blamed for harboring a crook. It's beginning to seem like it's deeper than I thought it was. And I do see that one of my videos are on YouTube, so if this one gets on there, I'll be willing to tell the whole story all over again. But for me to call a caseworker Friday, and it's Wednesday, because I figured Monday is still a holiday, so I gave it a benefit of the doubt. This lady has not called me. Home Inc. Places people on Section 8 in different apartments. Now, if you got kicked out of a apartment before your time was up or your lease was up, it's very hard to be placed immediately somewhere else unless you got some kind of connections or ties, or somebody on drugs too. She moved over in Christown now, so if she doesn't call me pretty soon, and I can't meet her face to face, because I remember all faces, if that's her, she finna lose her job too. And probably go to jail too. It is really a shame. I told that girl that I don't want to do no drugs no more, and study her just leaving it at that. She want to steal my identity and break into my surveillance camera, and change my passwords to YouTube and Facebook, instead of her just leaving it alone. I'm pretty sure there's nobody that often have $900 disposable income to buy drugs in Phoenix, Arizona. and study her. I guess her motivation was if she could get into my bank account, which is impossible at Chase, that she would do that too. Now this lady must have helped her do whatever she can do, because I tell you, Monica ain't that smart. But I'll give her another. I'll give her into tomorrow. Then I'll turn this information over to Drug Task Force too. You know, I'm not gonna go through no whole drawn out thing with this girl like I went through with this other dope dealer for two years, cause he was mad cause he couldn't extort me out of my money. I'm not gonna do it. You know, I suffer with my own problems. But it is really a shame when females and one supposedly professional lady, if it's so, helping this girl break into my phone and change my passwords, protect her own ass, and don't even want to talk to me on the phone. Don't call me back. And it's been about 4 days. Now that seems real shady to me. I remember voices, and I never forget a face. But this lady was nervous when I came in the door. But after I sat there a while and bought something from Monica, I seen her snorting some white powder. It had to be cocaine or crystal meth or something. But she never said who she was, and I didn't stay that long, and I left. I can almost bet my life that she was Monica's caseworker, Joe Baker. So I'm gonna see how things play out, because I'm not gonna play with these women. You know, now you're double teaming me and trying to stop me from doing videos. You done messed up. You done really messed up. And I ain't talked to Channel 3 yet, but I'm gonna try to coordinate everything where it happens all together. And we gonna nip this in the bud. I don't know how and why up here in Chicago, it is a lot of people and a lot of drug dealers and a lot of clientele where they don't try to extort one person and get rich off one person and dog one person out and cheat one person that's a user. That never happens. And we don't go to the police. That's a no-no in Chicago, but not here. It's a whole different ball game here. And it's a whole different ball game with these mud duck dope dealers up here. So I play by different rules. I'm on the right side of the law today. Like I said, I got a restraining order on her bald head, Mr. Clean ass boyfriend. He'll turn state's evidence in a minute. If it is a caseworker that I've seen, she'll turn state's evidence to save her job. So we're gonna see, because there is no reason. This lady got an answering service. This is Wednesday, and I hadn't heard from her. And if my landlord tells me tomorrow she never called him back, I know for a fact that was her that I seen. Because I told him, I said, you know what, I think that was one of the ladies, the caseworker, was snorting some white powder over Monica's house. Because it seems awful odd that this lady hadn't called me back. He said, well, look, I'm finna call her and tell her that you're really concerned about Monica. So I don't want to bother him today. It's 7 o'clock. And I talked to him about 4 o'clock today or something. If he ain't called her back, if he ain't called she ain't called the landlord back, that was the caseworker that I seen snorting cocaine to work for Home Inc. So hopefully this video gets on YouTube too. This is really a shame, really a shame. how dope dealers and people she have on the books in professional positions would risk their job to try to steal my identity. It is really a shame to lose so much in life by doing drugs. Thank you.